Welcome to the Flippin' Hippos reseller channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It helps us feed our hungry hippos. Today we're looking at what's sold on Poshmark. We're looking at the month of May and our sales on this particular platform. You can see here we did allow some items to go pretty cheaply. These are clearance items on eBay, and I have the mentality that if it's in my clearance 50% off on eBay, then I can let it go on other platforms just to get it out the door. But I did pull up the highlights from the month to share with you, as well as the 4 plush that sold on the platform. So let's start with those. We have a Hershey Park teddy bear. He's pretty big. He's 22 inches, so just about 2 feet tall or 2 feet long. Real cute. I find a lot of Hershey's items here. Actually, I find Hershey, Heinz, Harley Davidson, all of those companies got their start here in Pennsylvania. There's your little history lesson for the day. So he sold for $18. And I did ship him in a box. Since the buyer pays shipping on Poshmark and it's always priority, I do use the priority boxes I get for free from the post office. I use those to ship my larger plush on Poshmark because it's no additional cost to me. This is a Wish Pet Baby Otto. He's really cute. He's pink. He's a pink otter. I like this brand. I have found several Wish Pets before, different animals. They usually have a name on them, and I try to put that in the title. And they comp, this is 17, so it would have been about 20 to 25 on eBay because they pay shipping, or I have to buy the labels there, so I build shipping into the cost. And on Poshmark, I just, figure they're paying shipping on their own. So I'm willing to go a little bit lower. So this is, bread and butter, but I've had other animals that went for a little bit more. Super cute, though. And he's actually pretty long, too, like head to tail. He's 1.5 feet almost. All right, Baby Boyd's duck. So here's the thing with stuffed animals meant for babies. Typically, they're going to say baby on the tag. Even if it's a recognizable brand like Boyd's Bears, it's going to say Baby Boyd or Baby Gans, whatever the brand is. Second, they're going to have soft eyes. They're not going to have like the hard eyeballs like other stuffed animals. You see how it's just cloth and sewn? That's because eyes can be a choking hazard. So stuffed animals meant specifically for infants will have these nice soft eyes. You can put that in your title or your description that it has the soft eyes, but I would always recommend using the word baby, lovey. This one squeaked. It was soft, meant for an infant. So these usually do well. These are have like a higher sell-through rate than other plush, and they do really well because there are less stuffed animals in the world that are meant for babies than there are other stuffed animals. And parents with new infants are always looking for stuffed animals without that choking hazard. This sold for $18, and we have a Disney Junior PJ Masks. This, a couple years ago, was popular. I had a bunch of PJ Masks. Popularity has waned, so I'm kind of selling them off over time. Eventually, they'll all sell. This was a big one, too. I had a lot of big plush on Poshmark sale this month. How big was the duck? 10 inches, so no, not so much. But this is, again, almost 2 feet. And those were the 4 plush that sold. So I got some highlights for you here. I had a Bakelite bangle bracelet. That's a mouthful. Bakelite bangle bracelet in mustard yellow. So typically I don't use adjectives for colors in my title with 2 exceptions. I do mustard yellow because to me that screams retro, like late 60s and the 70s. And I do say cherry red because that screams 50s or 80s retro or vintage jewelry, and that bright red that was known for those 2 decades. So I did put mustard yellow on this. Sold for $16. I was real proud of this sale. A New Day is a Target brand, I do believe. Let's check. I wanted to say Walmart brand, but I feel, yes. I thought A New Day was a Walmart brand for a long time, but we were looking up the other day what brands replaced Massimo at Target. And I thought I remembered that. So this is a Target brand. And it sold for $17. That would be about a $25 top on eBay for a Target brand. But it's not about the brand in this instance. It's about the fact that it's linen, first of all. It's a linen blend top. And the style. It's a crop top. It's sleeveless. It ties. It's cute. It's a really cute summer top. I paid 99 cents for that, and I picked it out on purpose at the thrift store. Rockin' Republic is not that great of a brand. Don't get it confused with Rock Revival, which is a Bolo brand. I like Rock Republic, though. I consider it to be bread and butter. And these were super cute. They had like the all over stars printed on them. They sold for $20. Hudson is still a really good brand. I would consider this a Bolo brand. This would be like a $40 to $45 pair of jeans on eBay. Again, I'll take 32 here because I would have charged, say, $8 for shipping on eBay because I'm getting that $8 and then I'm taking that $8 and purchasing the shipping label. On Poshmark, you just get what they pay for the item and you print the label, and Poshmark gets all that money. Make sense? But yes, Hudson's a good brand. You want to keep your eyes out for that. An antique gold tone filigree bracelet. So I sold a couple of bangles on Poshmark last month. This one also sold for $17. A Calvin Klein new with tags, Seductive Comfort Dim Eye Lift bra. So this was part of my bulk buy. I had a whole slew of bras in that. Earlier this week, I showed you a handful of bras that had sold on eBay. They all came from the same lot. And I mentioned that I really want to find more bras. They sell very quickly. They have a good sell-through rate, used or with tags. I'm going to have to try to research a supplier for bras. I really enjoy the bras. This was a nice one. $26. Studio blue jeans, new with tags, sold for $29. To be honest, I really didn't think that these were going to be worth much based on the brand, even with the tags, but that's a pretty darn good sell on Poshmark, considering they paid almost $8, $9 for shipping on top of that. I have a Gap jean jacket. I love selling denim jackets. This is a two-tone. I let it go on an offer for $14 over here. Would have been like $22 to $25 on eBay. Zara jeans. So when I first started reselling, everyone I knew was talking about this brand and how good it was, and just I've never been that impressed with it. Not even 8 years ago. Like, I'm still selling it at the same price as I was 8 years ago. This isn't a brand that fell to the bottom. I don't know if it's maybe blouses and shoes or something else that other sellers are selling in this brand, but the jeans in that are just not, they're bread and butter. I'm not saying they're poop, but I'm also saying they're like, nothing to write home about. But I do like Zara because I can get it for $1 and sell it for around $20 on eBay, or like $13 here. Levi Strauss mid-rise skinny jeans. So Levi Strauss is like the bottom of the barrel of the Levi's. They're going to be like your $20, maybe $25 on eBay. You're going to get like $17 on Poshmark. Levi's have a huge range. Levi's are a huge learning curve. But Levi Strauss are usually the ones that you can find at like Walmart and stuff. So they're going to be a little bit lower. They're going to comp lower and sell for less than, say, your Levi's with the numbers behind it, or your orange tab or red tab or vintage. And those were all the highlights. And again, I've been letting some stuff go, just trying to clearance stuff out. I want to get rid of all of our stale items and kind of get ready for some new stuff for Q4. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything you saw in this video or reselling in general, let me know. Join my Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. Go be productive. Go make some money. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.